And good afternoon, everybody. This is Michael Filigera. I am with logicalsignals.com and also tradershelpingtraders.com. And this is the Elliott wave update for the NQ for Monday, April 26th, 2021. We don't have a whole lot to be adding to the overall analysis of the NASDAQ 100. We continue to track and count a minor wave 4 correction. And as we left it yesterday, I had placed the B wave completion, so the minute B wave completion here at the high, Friday's high at 13,981. We had started what I thought could definitely be the start of the minute C wave down, and expectations were for it to come back down to at least our minimum for a fourth wave correction, down to 13,503 down. We had a zone a little bit below and a little bit above. So we had a pretty good zone, and that's where I was looking for it to come. That zone again will change because now we've tacked on an additional 20 to 30 points. So we got as high today to 14,039, and that came after the market closed, but still I'm going to include it in our session. And that came on Tesla's earnings. Tesla came out and the initial reaction was, boom, take it to the moon, but that was incorrect. And upon further reflection, they brought everything back down. They dropped Tesla $18 from its close, and the market came all the way back, now sitting just about midpoint. So it's trading about 14,017 right now. And I don't expect it to really drop a whole lot. We continue to have earnings. In fact, we've got all the major tech players coming out this week. We've got Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Google. They are all coming out this week between tomorrow and Thursday. So tomorrow after the close, I believe we have Google. Google is tomorrow after the close. Facebook is Wednesday after the close. Amazon is, nope, don't do that. Oh, come on, you guys. And Amazon is Thursday and Apple is Wednesday. So Wednesday, we have quite a few. So I do not suspect that this is really going to come off a whole lot unless we get some indications that it's just going to be a big old bad earnings from any of those players. That is not the case right now. So what can we expect? We already know that Amazon in and of itself, if they blow the doors off of earnings, that they could add 100 points to the index. That's going to drive us up above to levels that we expect that would complete this B wave. So next up, we have, of course, 14,058 is going to be 1.382. So where the C wave would be 1.382 of the A wave, that's at 14,058. And then we have the high, all-time high right now at 14,059. I suspect that's going to get broken and likely is going to happen tomorrow. So based on that, we have next resistance at 14,120, we're going to call it. And then we have 14,141. And this next one above that is in a whole nother Fibonacci relationships, and it's not to the C wave. So we have, or I am going to give at that maximum level of 14,142 to complete the C wave. If it starts to break above that, here's the alternate view. The alternate view would be that this level, 13,701, or we're going to call it 13,702, completed minor wave 4. And what we are now launching up higher in is minor wave 5. So let me take off what I just put on so that we can see the others more clearly. Now, what does that mean? First is that it came in real shallow, and that the C wave, because I would change this labeling. So the C wave actually failed by a little to produce a new low below the A wave. Very possible. Shows underlying strength in the market, and we're getting that via the earnings that are coming out. And again, it's holding higher because of the potential for earnings coming out. So we've got to honor that. We've got to include that look. But if indeed that is where minor wave 4 finished right there, then this is showing strength. It's very, very shallow of a corrective phase. And it did not even complete really its task, and that is to correct the entire third wave. So what does that portend? We're going to blast. We're going to go. Now, we got the big boys coming out with their earnings reports later this week. So do we think it's impossible to get to 14,200? No. 14,350? No. 14,500? No. I think these are all valid levels and very possible to be reached within the context of a minor wave 5 and earnings. If they cut through these earnings like, you know, butter and just kind of come out and like, we blew the doors off, Apple blows the doors off, if Google blows the doors off, we're done. We're gonna head higher. We're not gonna pull back. Now, one of them may fail, and then we'll see the market correct, because they all contain enough power to pull a market lower or to push the market higher substantially. Collectively, they can push the market way lower. In fact, create that C wave down that we're looking for in a heartbeat, or they can push the market straight up to the completion points of minor wave 5. So that's the scenario we got. Either they're going to push it lower to complete this minor wave 4, and one or two of them can do that and then set the stage for the rebound. But because they're back to back in the earnings, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't see that slip down and then roar higher. I mean, yes, it could slip down a little bit, but you know, I don't think it's going to come off that much. I'm going to keep all of this alive until we have broken the levels, like I just said, which is right around 14,100, a little bit above. And then if it starts to go, then I'm going to have to consider that the minor wave 4 ended here, and that we're off to the races within minor wave 5. And if I have to count it that way from this level, then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking for a little bit of a pullback. And I really wouldn't expect much, to be honest with you. I would not expect much coming off. So let's set some parameters around what we might expect from tomorrow. If the market does come off, simply because I do feel I can count this as 5 waves up, so we might get a little bit higher, but let's just say that that's all, and we go down from here. Let's take a quick look at what our potential is, and this should be 30. There you go. Come on, put it in there. Thanks. So what we have is 236 at 13,957. Not all that much. We have 382 at 13,014. And then we have really just below that at the 50, 13,865. That's where a pullback could reach via wave 2. And then we just go off to the races as these fantastic earnings maybe come out. I don't know. We're going to let the market tell us. The strength today was pretty good. I mean, we bought for the entire session up until the last hour. Then they sold it off. Then Tesla came out, spoiled the party, and basically sent the market higher. And then it just held. So tomorrow, we should, unless we go up a little bit further, and then you're just going to redraw that Fibonacci retracements so that you can figure where your corrective phase, your wave 2, should come in, if indeed it's going to be a wave 2. But we got to let this all finish first. So upside, we've got 14,037.25. We've got 14,058 to the existing high, 14,059. That I'm going to tell you, if that's where it ends, this C wave and could begin. But otherwise, we're looking for it to go a little bit above. It needs to get above 14,100 before we're going to start to say, that completed it. We're now in this additional minor wave 5. And I do think the minor wave 5 obviously is going to subdivide. And it looks like the first wave of it is subdividing. We've got too much going on to race this end. In both the NASDAQ and the S&P, we've got too much going on to just say, no, that's it. Now let's all plan for downside, because I don't think it's going to happen. I think we still got, if we're going to go and we're going to finish the upside moves, there's a lot of room. There's still a lot of room left to the upside. And we have to consider that and keep that in mind. Remember, trade what's in front of you, folks. Trade according to your levels. Trade according to where your moving averages are. Again, I use a 1, a 2, and a 5. Those are my intraday trading screens that I trade off of. And when your moving averages are all aligned, so in other words, the 50 is above the 200, the 20 is above the 50, the 4 and 8 are above the 20. And you get that across the board, which it is right now. It's not going to take much. All, we just got to get those to swing up back higher. Then it's you just play it from the upside. You're going to get strength, and you're going to get just an upside move like we've seen today. And that will repeat. That's just today. Pretty much just get out of my way. We're buying, we're buying, we're buying, we're buying, we're buying. So trade smart and trade according to the charts, what they're telling you, what your moving averages are telling you, and have a great trading day. The next update will be tomorrow.